So this is part 2 of Cori using her feet to massage me. And so you can see now she's working up the side of the thigh, which is basically she's working on the outer little toe band or the side leg band. So normally we do work through towels, reason being it's more hygienic. But we're also trying to show you guys certain stuff here, but she's going to continue to work through the towels. And again, using her body weight, you can see that leaning in there is really getting quite deep pressure. It's certainly an 8 or 9 out of 10 for me. You don't need to go as hard on that outer band as you leave the calf and into the thigh. Now she's getting into my hip. And you can just see that shift in body weight that she's doing. She's got the chair there in the background. That's to give her balance. See, one of her hands is holding it, that's why it's moved. This was very relaxing to receive. I remember just going into a nice, kind of deep meditative state, despite the fact that it was often near my threshold. But once she got into that rhythm of working with me, I was very relaxed. And even a few days later, my legs still feel good. She's just using the heel and the arch of her foot to roll over those bands of tension. Be interesting to hear from you guys about how many of you are actually practicing massage therapists, and what sort of stuff we can help you to learn. I was going to do a talk later on about what is a naturopath, because many people sometimes refer to me as a masseuse, and that's technically incorrect. There's 3 types of words for massage therapist. Obviously the most professional is massage therapist. Then there's a masseur, which is a male massage therapist, and a masseuse, which is a female massage therapist. So I'm only 2 of those, a massage therapist and a masseur. But mostly we don't really like to use words like masseur and masseuse anymore, because they have a strong implication with the sensual massage industry, not the professional massage industry. Just like a doctor, we don't use a different word for a female doctor as we use for a male doctor. We're all doctors, so that's why most massage therapists who are professional prefer the term massage therapist. Even chiropractors, they don't have a different term for female chiropractor, because for some reason, when you're distinguishing the title of a profession between male and female, then, especially with massage, it's usually considered in the sensual massage industry, not in the professional healing massage industry. But anyway, I was going to give a talk because I'm actually a naturopath, and I have 5 diplomas in the healing arts, not just a massage therapist. That was just my first year of study. I like this rolling move. The 5 diplomas that I have are a naturopathy diploma, which took me 4 years. Diploma of Ayurvedic medicine, which is the traditional medicine of India. Diploma of Chinese herbal medicine. Diploma of Oriental functional medicine, which is specializing in shiatsu, which is the Japanese acupressure massage. And then a diploma of remedial massage. And then I have a certificate in Thai massage as well. And a certificate in kinesiology, which is Touch for Health, which is the muscle testing. And I've studied a lot more since then, had a lot of experience with Hawaiian massage. and traveled, of course, all over the world, getting massages, including to China and Japan and India, as well as Europe and America, North of Canada, America, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Kenya, Namibia. And traveled to Germany and places like that, getting treatments there. Eastern Europe, all over England. Yeah, so mostly I just check out the massage therapies industries, but those are my qualifications. So here Cori's getting her foot right into around my sacrum, which feels good. Just avoiding the bone of the sacrum. Still working that outer leg band. So hips are area where most people get quite tight. And you can see here she's using all of her body weight there just to dig her toes in. That felt great. Sciatic pain and that sort of thing could be helped like this. So walking on a person is definitely a great way for a person that's smaller than the person you're working on to walk on, but I've walked on people that are smaller than me. It saves your hands, and it definitely uses gravity in your favor. And here she's using her heels. So before she was using her toes, now she's using her heels, just to get into all that tightness around my hips and my sacral area. Yeah, I'd love to know a little bit more about what you guys do. What's your interest in watching the videos? I know a lot of people watch just for their own personal enjoyment in the ASMR effect, which means autonomic sensory motor reflex. I'd only heard the term a year or two ago. It was through my YouTube followers that I learned about that term, which basically means, I think, you feeling the same thing. You like the enjoyment of that, like where Cori's working on the back of my thigh right now. You can kind of go, ooh, that feels good. I enjoy that in a way, like when a person yawns in a room and then another person yawns. So here you can imagine, I guess that's, getting it and then breathing into it and letting go of your tension, and that's what ASMR really means as far as I understand it to mean. As I say, it's not a term I'd ever heard of until a year or two ago. So this feels good. It just always feels good to get that hip, pelvis area, and lower back worked. I do a lot of work in the garden with wheelbarrows and shoveling and that sort of thing, and our property is quite sloped. We have 17 acres. Getting our naturopathic garden and wildlife refuge happening here, which is quite beautiful at the moment. We've just had a bit of rain. It was pretty dry here for a while, but lots of birds and animals and wallabies, and we get koalas here sometimes. Echidnas, we're saying. So it's nice. It feels really good when she does that, just getting right into that hip. Massage originally in a lot of places, like in India, was done in a village. It wasn't done in a so-called professional manner in the way it is done today, in terms of people would just work on people in the village. You had a village healer and people were trained in massage. Everybody did it. I think that's also great. Even if you're not like professionally qualified, in quotes, you can still know simple techniques, and obviously don't do anything out of your, that's dangerous or out of your scope of training, but you can still help people. Get a feel for it as get back in touch with your own intuition and learn to feel and have empathy for people. Get feedback when you're working on them. I just did a podcast with one of my old students, Sean Houlihan, last night. We were just talking about how underrated massage is. A lot of people just think it's a luxury or a sensual thing or something like that. But to me, it's one of the most primary of all health activities that you can do. Getting rid of built up chronic residual tension. It just helps in so many ways, on a physical level, on a mental, emotional level, even on a spiritual level. Tension's like a straitjacket. I love this move here too, where we're using the back of the moving the leg and then getting in deep into the tension in the thighs. As I say here, you can see why I previously had a career as a foot model, just due to the beauty of my heels. That's a joke, by the way. Some people don't understand Australian humor. Anyway. I do get dry heels. Had them for years. I do scrape them for anybody who wants to say. I do all the things, but they just keep coming back. I live in a dry climate. So here Cori's getting right into my hips again, and the angles. So angles are really important, as well as pressure. And you can see she's working in that kind of rhythmical way, rolling her body weight back and forth. I do love getting massage. In some ways I like it more than giving. They say it's better to receive than better to give than to receive is what they say, but there's a reason in the massage therapy industry one person pays the other. It's because it feels better to receive than to give. No, I like both. But definitely as a massage therapist, you want to make sure you get massaged as well, because it tightens us up working on other people. Even Cori was saying after this she had a bit of a tight hip just from massaging me. I plan to get her back on the table again soon. This feels really good, by the way. Just that rocking, the pressure. It sometimes feels nice to have that broad pressure that a foot can provide as well. And there's so many different ways you can use your foot, from your toes to the ball of your foot to the edge, like she's using kind of the edge of her foot now. And you can use your heels. And then it's all about different angles to get deeper pressure. And then the person receiving breathing. I was actually doing a lot of deep breathing this. I cut all the sound out, like I said before, for privacy reasons, because we're also having conversations with my daughter and everything while this is all going on, because when you got children, it's not always easy to, find time to do treatments on you and your partner. So we do. We just let our daughter do stuff and play in the background. Feels good, just getting in lower back, kidney area. And then, so we're going to end this video in a second, but we're going to have another part where she's working on my other leg. All right, see you in the next part.